Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Cloudy Sheep and we are playing the Return of the Revolution run for Hearts of Iron 4, playing as the Soviet Union and hoping that by totally ignoring the Great Purge we'll actually trigger a civil war, at which point we will switch over to another government. So let's see what we can do over there. I think volunteers only is fine, export focus is fine, war economy is fine. We don't need any of this. I would captain up the industry. No, it's not useful for us right now. Prince of Terror, non-core manpower. I don't think that's something that we need. Theorist might be useful, but then again I feel a bit more comfortable stockpiling a bit of political power for now. Right, I think we can accelerate time somewhat over here. Research is being done. In 20 days we'll actually get another light tank, and that will be very useful because for now, as you can see over here, all of our mechanized corps do in fact have only light tanks, so that's a bit of a bummer, but we'll get over that very soon. Right. All of our equipment is doing fairly well. I'm not using too much of that right now because at the end of the day we don't want to save a bit up for the Civil War. We don't want there to be too many units around if we can avoid that. And you know what? I ignored a bit the Air Force, so let's disband all of these guys. Since we don't really need to have active units running around right now. And I think that's going to be alright. So here, nothing? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and all of our units are fine. There we go, BT7. Let's directly create a variant over here. This is going to be the first variant, and it's going to be in artillery. It's going to be the SU-76, a very famous artillery piece actually. But yeah, only 38 days, and that should be very useful. We are of course going to produce the BT7. Can we create a variant for that? Let's briefly check the statistics over here. So I think that this speed, can we see that over here? Max speed is 12, which I think is the if I create, yeah, this is that. Can we create a new one? Just blank new. Okay, create empty. There we go. So a light tank has 12.6, and as soon as we have the mobile and the motorized infantry, so the motorized infantry is actually the bottleneck right now. So 12.6 is fine. So what we could think about is creating a variant here with maybe a bit of a higher main gun, which would reduce the max speed slightly, but then again that's not an issue. Reliability would sink. Soft attack wouldn't really be that useful. Piercing, heart attack is a bit better, but not necessarily hugely. I think a bit more armor and a bit more reliability might be nice. 45 is a lot. I think it's going to make for a much better light tank. Then again, light tanks are not quite as... Wait, what? No, sorry. That's not what I want to do. I want to replace this production with this light tank. And there we go. Fantastic. Actually, where are we in terms of our light artillery? So, oh, okay. So we're using all of our factories, which is nice. Well, which does mean that very soon, once this is done in January, so 2 short months, we are gonna switch over, and we are producing this. So I think very soon we'll be able to introduce that to our divisions, or at least to our production lines. Let's also briefly look at the logistics. We have about 600 fighters. A couple of ones are being produced every day. Yeah, very few I-16s. But then again, we are trying to be a bit more innovative over here and trying a bit of a different approach. Let's use a bit of time acceleration. Let's look at what the Germans do. Anti-Common Tampag, that we knew. Protect Suez. Okay, I think that's over here. So yeah, that could lead to war with Italy actually. Maybe they are preparing for that. What is Italy doing? Atlantic Fleet. Poland first, okay. Atlantic, what is that? Yeah, just some research benefits. What's Spain doing? Army effort, okay, that's fine. Air war plans division. Okay, so you're increasing your air capacity, which is fine. I think we're going to be fine doing the legwork. To finish that, let's start with the ocean-going navy, although it's not that important. I wonder, does this retroactively get applied to over here, this 50% benefit? I'm not sure it does. We'll have to see. 11 more days. Ah, there we go, free military factories. Let's briefly use them for additional light tanks. I'm going to scale that down very shortly once we get to the new research. 5 days. Come on. Here we go, stop. So what can we do? 1937 is not that far away. So I think we can use the computing machine over here. It's a 6% malus, but that's fine. And the research time reduction will be very, very useful. So I hope that that is actually going to carry over to our new nation. I don't actually know that, so we'll have to see about that. So production, let's produce this light artillery. A little bit higher priority than the anti-air. We are going to convert the old stuff, and over here we can reduce that to 3 being produced. And you can see this as somewhat matches nicely, which means that, you know, as these guys get produced, the other units will be phased out and then be converted into this light artillery. No deficit of anything, so that's fine and lovely to see. I was running pretty nicely, research all looking pretty good. And we should see that the efficiency here really gets increased over time. Yeah. Sport equipment is also very important and useful. Right. More free military factories. So let's briefly look at logistics. Anti-air really, I think we could do a little bit more as anti-tank. So this is 4 over here, 5 over there. That should be okay. And after that, yeah, you know, after that, so something like this is fine. Good. Yeah, more research being done. Heavy tanks. I've never really used that many heavy tanks. So we'll have to see a bit how that plays out. I feel that this is being applied to 50%, so more free military factories. Surprising how quickly they get, but well, maybe now more artillery. There we go. Let's make sure our production run over there is fine and dandy, 50%. Let's use this one, just to queue it up and really avoid any efficiency. Here we go, more research being done. Stalingrad can get more production, as can Moscow, so that's fine. Here we go, I did finish the heavy tank, fine. 39 model. And these 38 models would be really useful. 38, 38, radio again, not something that I do want to use now. Navy's and material, we are researching this. There's no 38 tank over here, nothing over here. This is 39, so you know what, in fact we are going to research this. That should be fine. Let's also get our production going on the T-35 over there, although I don't think it's going to be a very useful tank. Might be worthwhile to have around. And you know what, I think 4 production lines on that will be fine, though with a very low priority. Force rotation, there we go. Oh, nice. We did actually not get credited for the 30% boost over there, so it's fine. We are going to just go down this center tree for now. This doesn't really grant a lot to us, although conversion of some factories might be a good idea soon. But you know what, for now it's not required. Good. You can't actually be promoted, which is a bit of a pity, but... Okay, so... Okay, doing things. Fortify the rock. Anschluss. Okay, there we are. This is the big one. Anschluss means that, of course, they are going to try to get Austria. Ooh, that's a bit to be interesting. They're going to try to get Austria onto their side. Between C concept. What does that actually precisely mean? I think it's aimed at us, but can create factions. Okay. Lithuania and Baltic Alliance. Interesting. Interesting choice. Right. Time is progressing. It's 1938. Very soon we are going to probably see the attack on Poland, and probably sometime in 39 the Civil War will break out. We really have to see about that. Yeah, this is not anything that is critical for now, but you'll have to see. You guys are there. I just the NKVD divisions, that's fine. I think it does make sense to thematically position them in Moscow. By the way, you can see that these guys have winter uniforms, which means they are fully acclimatized to cold. I think at least they should be. Whereas these guys... Do you have that? Yeah, I think you do. Down here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lots of things going on, so let's see what's going on over here. So, research finished, focus completed. And here we go. Pact of Rome. So, Pact of Rome founded today, the respective governments of Italy, Austria and Hungary issued a joint statement announcing the point of a Pact of Rome. Three powers have voted to aid each other military, and there we go. So Italy, Austria are joining the thingy. So let's see. Does it actually say over here? You are part of the Pact of Rome together with Hungary and Italy. Interesting. I hope that does mean that the Germans can't really do the Anschluss anymore. Can they? The Reich is subject, has nation split, no, okay. Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. There is no compass that does not risk yet more pressure of the Polish people. Following Poland's distancing from the international community, Polish politicians have been pursuing the idea of power between the seas. So, basically, between the Black and Baltic Sea. Baltic to the Black Sea, there we go. Their state priority remains to reinforce their position against threatening influences towards the east and west. Alright, that's not so nice. For us at least. What was just researched? Oh yeah, field, yeah, the fighter rating. Ground support, you don't need that. 1938, you know what, let's just get this going. And over here, do we want to go with the anti-fascist diplomacy or the anti-capitalist diplomacy? This means we could reconcile with Japan and claim a couple of Chinese things, whereas over here we could influence like some nations, coming straight, get a war goal on Turkey. Whereas over here we get a couple of fortifications that I think be able to pressurize the Baltic countries. Which is going to be the neater short-term goal. Also, I think spreading the front out against Germany helps us a little bit. Look at that! That's unlikely developments. Unlike historically, when Austria basically joined the Germans, they're now in war against each other. And that does mean, I believe, that they probably try to suck in Italy. Italy is fighting a defensive war. Germany against Austria, Italy and Hungary. It's very interesting news. Do we want to help out maybe Austria or Italy or Hungary? think a couple of mountaineers in these mountains might really be helpful. And would really help to curtail Germany, so I think that's something that we want to do. So, how many guys could we send you? First off, can we send you guys at all? Send volunteers. 2. Send volunteers. 7. To Italy. I mean, Italy is fascist, and you know, it's Mussolini, so it's not something that we would like to see. Or you're fascist as well. We'll send you a meaningful number of guys. No. So we'd have to send people to Italy. But then again, Italy is no threat to us directly. So I think that's something that we do want to do. Let's get a couple of people over here. You. So that's 13 for like that. And army number 3 will be sent to Italy. Send volunteers. Army number 3. Who's that? Vaslav. Will generate a little bit of threat, but I think that's going to be fun. Oh, really? You're refusing that. Who is Italy's government? You're not aligned, okay, not Italy, sorry, so you know what, we will take these 2 green divisions to Austria. And volunteers. You. Austria doesn't allow that, so that's good news. And we'll get at least some forces in over here. They'll probably start in Vienna and be there in about 10 days. So we'll probably see the start of the war. Yeah, but these mountains are such difficult territory for the Germans to move in, so yeah, they really have to see about that. So over here, I think they are attacking Innsbruck, aren't they? Let's get you to move over there. Defense and depth, that's nice to see. Tank battles, relentless assault, supply consumption, or mass mobilization. I don't think mass mobilization is that important. Partisans, infantry recovery rate is really nice, and reinforcement rate is also good. Infantry organization plus 10. Infantry combat win. These are really good tags. Recovery rate, out of supply. Whereas here, what do we get? We do get lower supply consumption, which is nice. A little bit better tank organization. Max planning, alright. Infantry combat with, I think that's the same reduction, yeah. Tanks, all infantry, breakthrough, organization, mechanized stuff, continuous offense. You might hold off for that one now, so we are researching both of these things. Briefly make sure special forces would be a nice tech to grab at some point. 39, 39, irrelevant. Doctrine. We should actually have, yeah, some naval tech. Although, again, specifically, since we'll be losing half of our fleet, I don't think that we'll have a look at the Navy too much. So, yeah, actually what I think that we want to do is get, what was it, special forces over here. And you guys are moving out. You're very slow. Maybe I should have sent you via rail. I didn't see that many Italian divisions. To be too honest. This is a mountain province. Yeah. Would be nice to push the Germans back behind this river, Danube probably. Right, let's try to join in. Yeah, the Germans are really superior in their firepower though. might just whittle them down. Here we go. So yeah, we are still much worse. Terrain experience. Maybe this attack looks a bit more promising, but I don't think it does. I think the Italians are going to fail at this one. But you know what? They are on the offensive, so there's that. But I mean, look at the organization that they have. It's just so pathetic. Yeah, very soon we'll be the only ones attacking there, so let's just get a little bit right. There we go. 34. Yeah. This is a losing battle. I don't want to send people in there. Good military factories. We are producing a number of heavy tanks now. Good amount of infantry equipment, support equipment. Well, this looks pretty fine to be honest. So we are converting that. So that's also very nice to see. Although your production is a bit through the roof really, so maybe one more heavy tank, then we can actually go to serious fighter production. Okay, so over here. You know, why are the Italians attacking so aggressively? Really doesn't look worthwhile. Hungarians, Italians, so many Italians also still on in the boot, so not really sure why that is. Anyway, let's get a front line over here and a very limited offensive to there, just to make sure that these guys can gather some experience. Why are you green now again? Is it because of attrition? It probably is. And we should see your preparation and technique increasing. That's fine. It is June, but it does look like this is still frozen, so storm 15 degrees. Oh, and you're now defending. Though we should see that this is we are much stronger in the defensive role. Yeah, we are. And they are pushing in there. Infantry equipment, there we go, good stuff. Should be up here. Let's in fact research the new rifle. Although it's not yet time for that. I think this is one of the technologies that you can really push ahead in terms of timing. Yeah, you really should be having an easy time against that. Yeah, but still. At least we are costing the German. This war is costly to the Germans, so and there's that. Is there some sort of encyclopedia on the current wars? I don't think there is anymore, is there? Mr. Alerts, help, main menu, nope. Not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ledger. I don't think we have anymore, so that's fine. That being said, I think now is a very good place to put in a cut, so let's see what the situation around Germany, Austria is going to be, and whether maybe we can see what the Civil War is going to bring us next time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.